The Bulls edged out Munster Rugby 34-31 in a gripping United Rugby Championship clash at Loftus Versfeld, but the final score only scratches the surface of a game filled with drama, controversy, brilliance, and missed opportunities. On a high-felt evening that delivered both intensity and unpredictability, the Bulls secured 5 valuable league points. Yet, despite the win, there will be lingering questions about their execution and discipline. For Munster, the defeat came with a sense of pride, as they left South Africa with 2 bonus points after pushing the hosts to the very limit. A thrilling contest defined by fine margins from the outset, this was a match played at a relentless pace. The Bulls struck first through the electric Embrose Papier, who once again underlined his importance to the Pretoria outfit with a dazzling performance. Munster responded through Sean O'Brien, whose try kept the visitors firmly in contention. The Bulls regained control with a second score, and by halftime, they held a narrow 14-7 lead. The second half, however, exploded into life. Papier added his second try of the match, showcasing his pace and instinct. Before Thomas Ahern and Cheswell just traded scores in a flurry of attacking rugby, the boot of Handre Pollard proved crucial. The experienced fly-half was flawless from the tee, converting every opportunity and adding a long-range penalty that stretched the Bulls' lead to 31-19 heading into the final quarter. Yet Munster refused to fade. Late tries from Ben O'Connor and Edwin Edogbo ensured a nervy finish. Ultimately, the Bulls held on, but the narrow margin highlighted just how competitive the contest had been. Embrose Papier, a star still waiting. If there was one player who defined this match, it was Embrose Papier. The scrum half delivered a performance of extraordinary quality, scoring 2 tries that combined instinct, speed, and individual brilliance. His first try was particularly remarkable. Picking the ball from the base of a maul with seemingly little space to work with, Papier spotted the smallest of gaps. A clever dummy wrong-footed Thomas Ahern, and within seconds, Papier had burst through, evaded multiple defenders, and crossed the line. His second try was equally impressive, reacting quickest to a clever kick ahead to secure his brace. Despite such performances, Papier remains on the fringes of the Springbok setup. Head coach Rassie Erasmus has an abundance of options at scrum half, including players like Faf de Klerk and Jaden Hendricks. While Erasmus has previously stated that selection is about choosing the right players rather than simply the best, Papier's consistent excellence raises an unavoidable question: what more does he need to do? For now, he continues to make his case in the most convincing way possible, through performances on the field. Bulls' wastefulness keeps Munster alive. While the Bulls emerged victorious, their performance was far from flawless. In fact, it was their inability to capitalize on dominance that allowed Munster to stay in the game. Nowhere was this more evident than in the scrums, where the Bulls held a clear advantage. Yet, time and again, they failed to convert that superiority into points. Unforced errors, poor decision-making, and moments of overambition undermined their efforts. Several promising attacking opportunities broke down due to handling mistakes or a lack of patience. Coach Johan Ackermann will likely view this as a missed opportunity to secure a more commanding victory, and crucially, to deny Munster any bonus points. Instead, Munster capitalized on the Bulls' shortcomings. Munster's resilience and tactical control. After suffering a heavy defeat to the Sharks the previous week, Munster arrived in Pretoria with something to prove. And prove it they did. Central to their improved performance were Craig Casey and Jack Crowley. The half-back pairing controlled the tempo of the game, combining intelligent kicking with sharp attacking play. Their ability to manage territory and maintain composure under pressure was instrumental in keeping Munster competitive. Even when the Bulls threatened to pull away, Casey and Crowley ensured that their side remained within striking distance. Munster also showed resilience in other key areas. Despite struggling in the scrums, they competed effectively at the breakdown and executed their lineouts with precision. Their attacking play was clinical when opportunities arose, a stark contrast to the Bulls' wastefulness. In many ways, this was a performance that highlighted both Munster's strengths and their limitations. While they showed character and tactical intelligence, there are still gaps in their game that need addressing. Controversy, Norwich and the bunker decision. One of the most talked about moments of the match came in the 20th minute, involving Juan Norwich. Following a collision with Munster hooker Diarmuid Barron, referee Holly Davidson issued a yellow card to Norwich and referred the incident to the foul play review officer. FPO replays showed clear head-to-head contact, raising the possibility of a red card. Under previous regulations, such an incident might have resulted in an immediate sending off. However, under the current framework introduced by World Rugby, mitigation plays a key role. In this case, the FPRO determined that Barron's late change in height contributed to the collision, allowing Norge's yellow card to remain unchanged. The decision sparked debate, highlighting the subjective nature of the head contact process. While some agreed with the ruling, others questioned whether sufficient weight had been given to player safety. For Norge, the outcome was a relief. For the wider rugby community, it served as another example of the ongoing challenges in officiating high-contact situations. The race for the top 8 beyond the immediate result, this match has significant implications for the United Rugby Championship standings. Munster, despite the defeat, remain in a strong position. At full time, they sat 6th on the table, with a narrow buffer over their rivals. However, their remaining fixtures present a formidable challenge, including clashes with teams also vying for playoff spots. Their probability of reaching the knockout stages remains high, but maintaining consistency will be key. For the Bulls, the situation is more precarious. While this victory keeps them in contention, their failure to deny Munster bonus points could prove costly. Depending on other results, they risk slipping out of the top 8. The coming weeks will be crucial for both teams as they battle for playoff qualification. Looking ahead, opportunities and challenges. The Bulls now turn their attention to upcoming fixtures, including a daunting Champions Cup clash against the Glasgow Warriors. Balancing domestic and European commitments will test their squad depth and consistency. Their URC run-in, however, appears favorable, with matches against lower-ranked teams offering an opportunity to build momentum. Munster, meanwhile, face a demanding schedule that includes key interprovincial derbies. These matches will not only test their resilience but also shape their playoff prospects. Conclusion: a game of contrasts. This match encapsulated the unpredictable nature of rugby. For the Bulls, it was a victory built on moments of brilliance, particularly from Embrose Papier, but undermined by inconsistency and missed opportunities. For Munster, it was a defeat that nonetheless showcased their resilience, tactical intelligence, and ability to compete under pressure. In the end, the difference came down to execution in key moments. The Bulls took enough of their chances to secure the win, while Munster were left to reflect on what might have been. As the United Rugby Championship season enters its end phase, both teams will know that performances like this, flawed yet full of potential, must evolve if they are to achieve their ambitions.